The views and opinions expressed in Media Litter Sandwich do not reflect on the views of the network, station, studio, website, sponsors, guests, hosts themselves, anyone or anything else associated or even not associated with this podcast. Maybe not even the person that said them. In other words, do your own research and do not sue anyone over what is said on this show.
Welcome to Media Litter Sandwich. We're recording today at the Foundation Hotel in downtown Detroit. And let's see how distracted I get by the open window again. Today with me is Alana Gonzalez.
Hello.
So we will talk about some stand-up comedian things and some stuff about marketing and promotions.
All the fun stuff.
Yeah, but I gotta say, one thing that bothered me today is, if I could find it in my notes, what bothered me today. Okay, so when I was looking up stuff for the Toaden read section, I was trying to find an article or post about Disney buying Fox.
Okay.
And what I found was, and I do have something I'll read about that later, which is just way more confusing than it should be, is Disney's page for their home streaming video. Apparently they have a streaming service, through cable or whatever.
Yeah.
But all over is they're advertising Return to Oz.
That's not...
Do you remember that movie?
I do. And but I don't know how much of it I actually remember because it feels like a weird drug dream.
If you had a nightmare about it, then that's the movie we're talking about.
Yes.
I thought it was so weird because, I know that I don't remember who it starred. She went on to be in a bunch of movies, including The Craft.
Yeah, I'm not going to.
Yeah, that person.
Yes.
And it's her as a little girl holding up a pumpkin head. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, that's an actual character.
Yes.
I think the most memorable, the awesome thing about the movie is they had a hen, instead of Toto, they had a hen that talked.
Uh-huh.
But the whole movie was really, really creepy.
That is so weird that's what they're pushing.
Yeah, I just saw a YouTube video a few weeks ago saying that movie's never going to get released by Disney. Well, apparently they were wrong.
Wow. Yeah, it does tap into a weird cult nostalgia.
Yeah.
So, if they're trying to get away from kids.
No, it was all about kids. Everything else they were advertising was it was like Shaggy Tim Allen, Shaggy Dog, Rescuers Down Under. Not the actual prime big movies. It's always like the reboot or sequel movie that was on there. Not insulting the Rescuers Down Under, which I absolutely love. And also shout out to Philo Barnhart if you're watching this. He was one of the animators. He was on the show.
Nice.
Great guy.
Nice.
But yeah, I just thought that was really weird. If you never saw Return to Oz, go ahead and check it out. You might want to preview it before showing it to your kids. Unless they like horror movies.
Yeah, it is definitely, it's a movie that I would have to watch with the lights on.
Yeah.
I can't turn everything off and sit and watch it at night.
I think that's the best way to describe it. Kids' horror movies. Like watching Are You Afraid of the Dark? If they're prone to nightmares, you might not want them to watch it. If they like scary stuff, then there you go. You could watch Return to Oz.
Did you ever see Witches?
Oh, so long ago.
Yeah, it kind of feels like that to me. I remember watching Witches and not knowing that it was going to be as scary as it was.
There was just that one scene where everyone in this big conference room removes their faces.
Yes.
Their nose grows out. I always wondered, when they took the mask off, they'd be like, oh, my nose feels so much better. It's not being held down. I think that was one of the movies that got me into looking into special effects makeup. I can't do special effects makeup, but I love looking at it.
That's fascinating to know that was the moment. That was the moment when noses grew. That's when your interest sparked. Oh, yeah.
So let's talk about you. What projects are you currently working on?
I'm currently just doing stand up, and it's weird to say it that way, but I don't know a better way to say it. Someone asked me what my stand-up goals for 2019 were, and I said to just do it more. Like I've been having so much fun with it, meeting all the people and doing shows in different places. I was just in Traverse City last weekend, and yeah, just trying to go.
I know it's distracting,
It's so
right?
distracting. It's so distracting. The people that just stop and
The
kind of
video
look
version's different than the audio version. Even in the video version, you can't see the people walking by, but you could see our faces. Just follow people and wave to them if they're like staring at us.
Yeah, that's interesting. I've never feels like you're in a fishbowl. It's kind of fun. But yeah, just doing more in different places, because that's been really the most interesting part is when you're working on your material and you've got your jokes that you love, and you'll do them in front of your friends or in front of places that you're comfortable with, to then do that material in Akron, Ohio, or in Traverse City, and to see how different people react to different material. It's really interesting to break it down and
Right.
and look at joke structure and who reacts to what. But it's been fun.
Now, you have a background in marketing and promotion.
Yes.
Does this help?
It does, because really that's, we talked a little bit before we came on just about being a creator in general. And with that, whether you like it or not, you have to be a self-promoter, because if you're not talking about you, nobody else is. So, just kind of understanding what potentially might move the needle, and letting people know about your shows. And ultimately, I hate this phrase, and I don't know why, but there's no better way to say it, but just building your own brand. And that's what it comes down to.
And we also were talking about different promotion gigs we had in the past, and probably the lowest promotion gig we both have done is walking around bars in the middle of the night,
Yeah.
trying to get an inebriated person. I probably said that wrong. To look up your stuff later on that day.
Yes.
So that hasn't changed, has it?
No, it really hasn't. And there's such a difference. So I previously worked for a company that was primarily a tech company that then also had a live element. And it was so interesting to me to talk to these people who were used to looking at click rates and trying to get people to click on websites and all of that stuff, which is a much different animal than what you just described. To talk to somebody face to face when they're probably drunk and not paying attention, and to get them to remember to go then do something later.
Right.
That's an entirely different ball of wax than to get them while they're at their keyboard. So yeah, it's doing event promotions and tapping into those people face to face it's a different animal, and it never goes away. It never goes away.
I've noticed the promotion for like a company, doing social media for a company versus doing social media for yourself are very different beasts.
Yes.
They totally are. You're looking at different. Your goal is totally different.
Yes.
And I might have talked about this before, way back when we had Misty Mills on, way back. But yeah, it's just a complete different beast. Does it help? Like, do you take experience from doing promotions for them into this?
I think I naturally do, but I don't think I consciously do yet. I'm not
Okay.
at the part in what I'm doing. Like I don't have merch, and I don't have, I'm still just kind of starting out, so I don't have
Okay.
a lot of that side of it. But because I have been doing that, it's been a little over 15 years now, that's just kind of in me. So I think everything I do,
Right.
kind of, I come at it from that
And
perspective.
how long have you been doing stand-up?
A little over a year.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, just still dipping my toe in the water with it.
I guess it depends how far you go full.
Yep. Yeah.
We just had Sherry Savage on,
Oh
and
yeah, she's great.
yeah, she was telling she's been doing over a year, and she's just like everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Just that promotions, that organizing, not all of us have that in us.
Yes, yes. Well, it's also I also have a 2-year-old, and so it's that balance, the juggling between life and momming and.
See, a 2-year-old's perfect to watch what they do, and they're like, "Oh, does that work in a stand-up act?" They're just so interesting and just absolutely insane at the same time.
Yeah, when I first started, in my head, I was adamant that I didn't want to be another mom comic. For some reason, that was just in my head, and so all of my stuff was just very kind of generic, across the board, like easy punchlines. And then something happened, and I told a joke that involved me being a mom, and it got such a much different reaction because people can relate to it. And, I'm coming at it from a more real place, and they're attaching it, whether their kids are 30 or, they've got a baby at home. It's a shared experience that kids are crazy.
Yeah,
And
it's a relatability, and I feel like that's what, if whatever the thing people wanted to be in the 80s was, today to be known is being relatable. People want to see you. Hi, video versions over the audio version, youtube.com/ToadenK. People want to be able to interact. Tuesday nights at dvradio.net at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You could jump in and I'll be in the chat room. People want availability. You can find us on Stitcher, Podbean, Spotify, a whole bunch of iTunes, a whole bunch of other things. If I'm not on the pod app that you use, let me know and I'll try to get on it. I don't even know how many we're on anymore.
That's great. It's a great problem to have. We're everywhere. I don't know, just everywhere.
Yeah, as some of my friends say on their podcast, we're everywhere fine podcasts are sold. I can't say that because I do know a few places where I'm not on and they are. But so far, I keep saying, hey, if I'm not where you're listening to music, let me know. And no one's mentioned those 3 places.
Okay.
So, I don't have a problem then.
Then there you go. You're good. That's fantastic.
Yeah. So you're traveling around. How do you live? if you're going in Traverse City and Akron everywhere, where do you spend is there a budget here?
Oh no. No, Traverse City was interesting. We I rode up with another comic who lives in Burton, which is just outside of Flint.
Oh yeah.
And so
Big fans of Burton. Hello to all my zombie people, the Burton zombie shambles.
That's a thing?
That is a thing.
What is it? What is that thing?
It is basically a zombie walk, but in spring. So normally, I don't know if they're doing it this year, but normally it'd be right around this time.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Because the zombies that put that on are usually doing haunted houses in October.
Makes sense.
Instead, they do it in the spring.
Oh, that's great. Like full makeup and
oh,
whole
yeah.
thing. Oh, that's
You can find videos on my YouTube channel.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. I never knew. I'm going to have to look into that. So we met up, drove up there, did the show, and then drove back. And so it was an all day thing. Because for me, where I'm at, it was about 8 hours in the car round trip. And that's how I've done most things, with the exception of Vegas. I went to Vegas last summer, and that was a different, beast. But everything else.
Did you perform in Vegas?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I did. Just a bar/club right off the strip, and that was really fun. But yeah, most of the things that I've done so far have been regional in nature. So 4 to 5 hour road trip has been my max, and that you can do same day. So yeah, I'm not at the level yet where I have a travel budget or room and air and hotel, but
Yeah, I keep thinking I want to invest in like an RV or something like that because I used to do a lot of conventions.
Oh, okay.
Instead, I'm like, well, I guess I'll just have to say this was for business or something. Back when I was actually making money off it. By the way, this would be a great spot for a sponsor. And we do accept sponsors. Just email me at podcast@MediaLitterSandwich.com. Yeah, this is the episode where I just keep interrupting myself with with promotions.
No, that's great. That's great. In-ad product placement.
I see a segue and I just like go for it.
That's all you can do. That's all you can do. I'm still thinking about this zombie walk. That's so fun. Like I'm just imagining just through the streets.
It
Or, like, in a
depends. There's a
park,
lot of different zombie walks out there. I will shout out the Burn Zombie Shambles because another Scott puts it on, and he is absolutely amazing. That one is they do different charities every year.
Okay.
And that one is a pub crawl. So that one
Even better.
it's a daytime pub crawl too. It's the
Oh, my
only
gosh.
zombie pub crawl I did that's during the day. So all ages. It was an all ages. No one was getting tanked or nothing like that, unlike the other zombie pub crawls I've done. And it's always pretty fun. I mean, it's not a huge one. I think one year they had maybe 100 people, and normally
Okay.
now they have like 10 to 20 people.
Okay.
But it's good zombie makeup.
That's
It's
awesome.
good zombie makeup, and everyone's are just having a great time. And there's several zombie walks every year. The biggest one that is somewhat in this area is the Jackson Zombie Walk, which is huge. First year I covered it, it was over 1,000 people.
Oh my goodness.
And that one just crowds and all over the place.
Wow. That's fantastic. I never knew this existed. I just learned a couple years ago in Hell, Michigan, they do a Hearst Fest. every
Yep,
year.
and you can see videos of Hearst Fest on my YouTube channel at youtube.com/ToadenK.
Really?
Yep, I covered it several times. I didn't cover it this past year. I'm not sure if I'm going to cover it this year, but yeah, you could definitely see some
Now
videos
I have to
over
go
there.
look and see if I might be in one of these videos because I went for a couple years. My dad had a hearse and would go and show it at this every year, and I was fascinated that this world existed.
Oh yeah,
So-
it's great because a lot of the same people that go there go to the Flint events because Flint used to have a zombie. Oh, I think they still have a zombie walk.
Okay.
And they have their Monster Fest. So a lot of the people that do the Flint stuff will come out
That
to
makes
to
sense.
that one.
That makes sense.
And it's just even I'm not a car person. I just go out there just hang out with the people.
Oh
It's
yeah, the
just
people
so
were
great.
fantastic. Yes.
Yep, see Creepy Clyde. Oh, I'm sorry, not supposed to call him Creepy Clyde no more. But you see him perform.
Why is there a?
He just one day he's like, I'm not Creepy Clyde no more. I'm Clyde something else. I just want to plug one zombie thing that I didn't get to do last year, but I think it's great to promote. And plus, they came on the show was the zombie pub crawl or the Wyandotte zombie pub crawl, another charity one.
Okay.
When I do zombie pub crawls or walks, I only do the charity ones nowadays, and that's a great charity. It's up and down Biddle and Wyandotte.
Okay.
It's fantastic every year. Tons, amateur zombies and semi-professional zombies. You never know what kind of makeup you're gonna get, and just fantastic time. And so many drunk zombies. So many drunk zombies.
Oh,
It's-
drunk zombies.
Yeah, I there comes a point where they have to change things up to keep zombies from stumbling into the street. Which has happened.
Oh, drunk zombies on the
I
loose.
may have video of someone screaming and trying to attack cars in the street.
Oh my goodness.
And that's one of the reasons why I stopped doing the Wayne zombie
Oh
pub crawl, which
my
was not for
goodness.
charity, which is the main reason I stopped doing it. If they're for charity, they could reach out to me.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine just being a civilian on that day, not understanding what's happening, and you go out to your car and there's a drunk screaming zombie
I didn't get
attacking your car?
video just because they were inside of a place and they're underage, but there was like a painting with a twist or like an art place
okay. Uh-huh.
in there, and I guess they're having like a birthday party. So there's all these little girls,
Oh, no.
and they're all pressed against the window watching them. It was so amazing. So amazing.
Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, they've made their mark on those impressionable youths.
So far about you, we know you like horror movies, childlike horror movies, zombies, and you need to go to a zombie thing.
I do.
You spend a lot of time around hearses.
But it's so weird that this is coming out because I literally just a few days ago had a talk where I'm not really a horror movie person, but there are these few that have stuck with me. Like all the basic ones I've never even seen. Like Nightmare on Elm Street, I've never seen any of those. Or what's the other big Jason?
Jason. Friday the 13th.
Yeah, Friday the 13th. I've never seen those. And I'm just not if I'm clicking through Netflix, horror doesn't instantly pop up.
See, neither of me. I like zombies. I like the makeup stuff, but I tend to watch like more like the more child friendly horror stuff.
Yeah.
Because I'll watch it and I'll just make fun of it.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
Yes, it is.
Then again, I still get scared when I'm watching Nosferatu. So
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I like being scared, like going to a haunted house or where I grew up there was a lot of like orchards and corn mazes and haunted barns and haunted farms and all that stuff. And I like that feeling, but I don't like that feeling in a movie for some reason. I like it in real life, but not so much in a movie.
So where can people find you?
They can find me Instagram, Twitter, usually the two best spots, and it's at Gonzaleza, Gonzaleeza. That's where I post about all my shows. We're doing a big show coming up April 19th. It's actually in Owasso with. Are you familiar with Sam Rager by any chance?
Name's not ringing a bell.
She will soon. She just released a CD, which is phenomenal. Look it up. Yes, I'm devoting my plug time to Sam Rager, but she is hilarious, and she's a really, really smart writer, really great woman in the Detroit comedy scene. And she's headlining that show in Owasso, and I'm hosting it, and it's going to be a really, really fun time. So, August 9th, or not August, I'm jumping ahead. April's the month that we're talking about.
April 19th, 2019.
Yes, 1919. So definitely come out to that one. There's a couple other local shows that I've got coming up, but that's the one that I
even if
I
it's
really
not
want you to
local,
remember.
because you were all over the place, even though I talk about Detroit enough, but this does, people from out of state do watch this. I'm not sure why, but they do.
Yeah, I'm
I mean, if you're doing a show in Alaska, we got a listener in Alaska.
oh, that's
And
fantastic.
we got listeners in Kuwait too.
All right, well, listener in Alaska, if you know of any shows, let me know at Gonzaleza on Instagram. Let me know, because I would love to go to Alaska. That would be super fun.
Anything else before we move on to reading stupid comments?
I love stupid comments. No, not that I can think of. Yeah, just yeah, no. Let's talk about stupid comments.
Okay, so as I mentioned, I was looking for a post about Disney buying Fox, and I just got really confused because Fox has a bunch of other companies and I can't say the word.
Subsidiaries.
That.
Yes.
I just need someone with me. Like, what's that word? And just point at them.
That's what I will do. I will be your translator. Don't worry.
I need one of those. And I guess Disney is, so this post is from Variety, And the article is Disney will stop making films under the Fox 2000 label. The division behind The Fault in Our Stars, Life of Pi, and The Hate You Give. Never heard of The Hate You Give.
Oh, that was a really good.
Was it?
It was really good. Yeah, it's last year, I think.
Okay.
It was about it kind of, police violence, family
Okay.
that was affected by police violence.
Yeah, and I know Life of Pi I heard nothing but great stuff. And The Fault in Our Stars. Well, I like the Vlogbrothers. Does that count?
Sure, it counts.
That it was written by John Green.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so you know all that.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I don't have to go over it. If you don't know anything about that stuff, that's fine.
Google it.
Yeah. The
Google it.
writer of the book that became a movie is a big YouTuber, and they even own VidCon, which used to be a great con. am not going to be there this year, but I've been in the past, and it was always fun.
Nice.
So let me find some comments about this, because a lot of people ask the same questions I have.
Yeah. Are we at the point yet where Disney owns everything?
Not quite. We're getting there.
We're getting there. Yeah.
We're getting there. I just thought it was interesting that I never heard of the label Fox 2000. I guess that's their
I didn't know that was a thing.
independent movie label.
Okay.
I think, because I was Googling what's the difference between Fox 2000 and 20th Century Fox, and then 21st Century Fox.
Right,
And then
right.
Spotlight Production. I don't know. I still don't know the difference between all of them.
And then there's Fox Searchlight.
Yeah.
And I don't know all.
All right. So this doesn't have a whole lot of comments. I'm just going to scroll through a few of them. I can't wait to see a bunch of people say how this is okay because the X-Men can now appear in the MCU. Well, I agree with that. I think it's totally fine. That's the only thing I cared about.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and Deadpool.
Who's your favorite X-Men?
Well, I can't say Deadpool for that. I don't know who my favorite X-Men is.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. X-Men was one of those books I didn't read too much into.
Oh, okay.
They're like a whole universe on their own. 'Cause
They were
so
my
many
jam.
characters.
Yeah.
I did like the new class. X-23 is always really interesting, but she didn't really get enough focus. I didn't read enough of her
Gotcha.
to say that she's my favorite. I haven't read comics in like 10 years.
Yeah. I was always a Rogue girl.
Okay.
She was my favorite.
Yeah, when I was reading, I didn't see too many storylines of Rogue. I did read one with Miss Marvel, with flashbacks of Rogue and just this hate relationship. You took my life type flashbacks, which somehow I don't think Rogue is going to be in the Miss Marvel movie.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cartoon was huge when I was growing up. X-Men cartoon.
Okay, so here's a comment for you to read the last one there, and then we'll move on to the
from
next
Jake.
one.
It's okay because it was inevitable in every sense of the word. Fox was selling themselves. You can't blame Disney for that. Comcast was going to buy, if not Disney, and they were going to do literally the exact same thing. That they're not wrong. You know, if somebody's out there to be sold, then all they need is a buyer.
Yeah.
So what does it matter if it's Disney or Comcast?
Yeah, I totally agree.
And then how long before Disney buys Comcast?
Yeah, or Time Warner buys, or do they already have a partnership?
I think they already do have a partnership.
Yeah, of some sort, even if it's not. Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to get to the place where there's like 5 companies.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. And I know we talked about comics already. Right now it's Disney versus Warner Brothers now. So
Yep.
no longer DC versus Marvel. It's
Yep.
Disney versus Warner Brothers, and Disney has the leg up.
Yep, they do. They do.
Yeah, when they first bought Marvel, I thought Marvel has hundreds of characters, and this is how Disney told people they have hundreds of characters. They're no longer being used, and we're going to dig some of those characters up. We didn't quite see that happen.
Not yet.
Where's my Power Pack movie? Where's my Rogue movie? Well, because Fox, Oh, now where's my Rogue movie?
Yeah. I would. Oh my gosh.
Rogue and Gambit.
Oh, There was talk of a Gambit movie. And
There still is talk.
is Channing Tatum still tied to
I
it?
have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know how I felt about that, but there was talk at a certain point, and I was excited for that. Throw in a little Rogue, throw in a little Jubilee, and let's get down.
You know what they're going to do? They're just going to throw The Rock in it because he's in everything.
Yes.
Yeah, and this next article is apparently The Rock showed some support for the U.S. military, and people don't like that. I don't know why.
That's weird.
I'm not going to read the whole article because I just want to read the dumb comments.
So, they didn't like that he was supporting the military?
Right. He did, I think he did a show overseas.
Okay.
That's it. The Black Squadron named a tank after him.
Oh.
And so he's like,
okay.
dude, that's cool.
Okay.
That's awesome. And people don't like that. That's a whole weird political thing. Not everyone supports the military, which is okay.
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to get into that today. I think I've gotten to that before in the past. I worked at a university. I've heard some weird things.
Yeah.
And most people, obviously most of the comments, we could skip all, I'll just get these out of the way. He supports the military. I support him. Yeah, go military. Ooh, yeah,
Right.
America. Yeah. Okay, so now that that's out of the way.
Right. Multiply that by 1,000.
Mm-hmm. And the people, I'm a veteran, so of course, yay. Those are also some of these comments here. Let me find some people that actually a lot of cussing. There's a lot of cussing in this.
People, man, keyboard warriors, they love to swear. They absolutely love to swear.
Oh man. I know I saw some. I bet you some people deleted their comments because I saw some people supporting the hate when I read through this before.
It just doesn't make sense. Like, people, there's a certain subsect of people that I truly wonder how much time they have on their hands.
Yeah.
Like, to go this far into the internet.
Well, the cool thing about this is there's a lot of people now saying, I wasn't a fan of Rock before, but now I'm going to follow his Instagram. Or now he's in the A-list.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting how people move up.
Right.
Controversy sometimes brings more followers or it brings more press. And they say there's no such thing as bad press.
Yeah. And that's, I mean, like we were talking before with different marketing, like that's really what it boils down to is nowadays there are so many different avenues and so many different channels, and you've got to find the people on every channel that you want to find, because back in the 50s there were 3 network channels and that's all you had to do was get on TV and you were fine. Now you've got to diversify across the board.
And this is the thing that I really don't get is, and we see this not just with I support the military, so people are not going to support him because he supports the military. We see this also with the movie Miss Marvel, where like, oh, there's people that hate this because it stars a female, so we're gonna keep hating on the trolls,
right?
And you see very little negative comments. I've yet to see a negative comment that didn't support The Rock in the instance, but yet we see comments like this one right here. I'm gonna let you read that, and feel free to include all the typos.
This one?
Yes.
Okay. Some of these comments are just plumb ludicrous. One such as, it will be used to kill innocent people. Hello, McFly. When it's used, it won't be used to kill innocent people. When we're at war, we don't consider the enemy innocent people. When the enemy is trying to kill Americans, they're not innocent. God bless The Rock. God bless our veterans, and God bless America.
And they're referring to the tank, by the way.
Yes.
So we're not talking about The Rock. It's going to, well, technically, it's the tank. And
is the tank called The Rock?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. I mean, that's just a cool name for a tank anyway.
Right.
Even if it's not tied to Dwayne.
Well, it was back in the day, you used to paint names on jets, and
Yeah.
and people used to paint right on missiles.
Yeah. I met him once, and easily one of the best smelling men I've ever met in my life.
Really?
Yes, yes. He smelled delicious. He came through. I was working in radio at the time, and he was promoting that movie Walking Tall. Do you remember that movie?
That was a good movie.
Yeah, and I got to hug him, and he smelled amazing.
That was one of the first movies that one guy from Jackass was in. That was kind of a serious role. I'm trying to remember his name. Johnny Knoxville?
Oh, okay.
He was in that movie, right?
I don't remember.
I want to
Maybe.
say, if I'm wrong, correct me. That's totally cool.
Use the comments.
Someone named their 50 cal The Rock. See, there's veterans in here. Or at least an active I hope they're active military if they got a 50 cal.
Yeah, no kidding.
If not, I would like to go to the gun range with you. I've only got to fire 50 cal machine gun. I never got to fire the sniper 50 cal. I don't remember what. Someone's gonna yell at me because I don't remember the models. But I got to handle like a sniper weapon that was a 50 cal once.
Wow.
Just because I picked it up from one unit and brought it to another unit, but I never got to fire it.
It seems very heavy. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't even remember how much it weighed. I just remember like opening it up going, I want to play with this. And I'm going, well, you can't. You have to bring this to the person.
Right.
Bring it back to my unit. They're like, let's look at it. All right, now let's close it before we do something we're not supposed to.
Right.
Let's pass this on. And then everyone said the same thing, and they practically cuss out the person that does get to use it. But
yeah, appreciate the self-control there, though.
Yeah, with as many people looking at the gun, there was not much need for self-control.
Yeah.
Everyone's looking at you.
Yeah.
You can't get away with that. So I don't have any more comments to read right now. Hey, if people have, I don't care if it's an older article. If you want me to go through the comments, feel free to send them to me either on Facebook through the Media Layer Sandwich group, or either the pages Media Layer Sandwich or Toaden, or you want to send an email to me at podcast@medialayersandwich.com. Go for it. I would love to do less work.
That's a perfect way to say it.
Yeah, let them do the work.
Yeah, what do you want me to talk about?
Hey, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much.
One more time, please promote.
Yes, April 19th in Owasso. Definitely come out. Sam Reger. It's the Irregular Comedy Show, is what they're calling it. Check. Oh, I thought I was gonna make it through, and I just couldn't.
People walked by.
Yeah, and I'm just so easily distracted.
They had that nice smirk.
They did. That's what it was. They were such an adorable couple with that. Like, what is going on here? Smirk. Gonzaleza on Instagram and Twitter, and hopefully I'll see you guys at a show.
Okay, and you don't have a website quite yet.
Nope. Just sticking with social media for now.
Okay, and if they want to find out future shows,
It's all on Instagram. Yep.
okay, I'll make sure I'll link to Instagram in the description.
Perfect.
And
Thank you so much.
Hopefully, I won't have any typos this time. The last three things I put out has been last minute, and they've all had typos.
Oh, that's funny.
Thank you for watching.
Thank
you
you.
for listening. Hope you enjoyed our discussion, and may the algorithms be in your favor.